Do you feel foggy, forgetful, unmotivated, or just mentally drained even when your body's at rest? Most people think exercise is only about muscles, fat loss, or heart health. But what if your brain, your memory, focus, and emotional stability needed it more than anything else? Today, we'll show you why. Welcome to Levitas. 1. Boosts mood. One of the most immediate benefits of exercise is a noticeable boost in mood. And it's not just about feeling good after a workout. Exercise stimulates the release of powerful neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, which are your brain's natural mood enhancers. These chemicals work like natural antidepressants, lifting your spirits and calming anxiety without a single pill. Regular physical activity improves emotional regulation, meaning you're less likely to overreact or get stuck in cycles of sadness or anger. People who move more, even just walking 30 minutes a day, report lower levels of depression and irritability. Even low-impact exercise like yoga or Tai Chi can trigger this neurochemical boost. What's fascinating is that consistent exercise helps rewire the brain, especially in areas like the prefrontal cortex and amygdala, which control emotional responses. Over time, this improves resilience, self-esteem, and even reduces symptoms of PTSD and social anxiety. In essence, movement becomes your mood medicine. No prescription needed. Just sweat and feel your brain chemistry shift toward calm and clarity. 2. Improved sleep. If you've ever tossed and turned at night, you know how vital deep sleep is for your mind. Exercise is one of the most effective, natural ways to improve sleep quality, and that starts in your brain. When you move your body, you trigger changes in your circadian rhythm, your brain's internal clock. This promotes earlier sleep onset, deeper REM cycles, and fewer awakenings during the night. Physical activity reduces levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps you wired at night, while boosting adenosine, the chemical that builds up sleep pressure in your brain. Morning or afternoon workouts can reset your internal sleep-wake cycle, especially if done outdoors with exposure to natural sunlight. Even people with insomnia report dramatic improvements in sleep after just a few weeks of regular movement. Exercise also impacts melatonin production, which helps your brain recognize when it's time to rest. And here's the kicker. The better your sleep, the better your brain's ability to learn, retain memories, and regulate mood the next day. So, if you want a sharper mind, start by making your nights deeper and more restorative with consistent movement during the day. 3. Improved memory. Exercise strengthens the hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory formation and spatial navigation. As we age, this area naturally shrinks, but regular physical activity literally grows brain volume, keeping memory sharp. Aerobic exercise like brisk walking or swimming increases blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients essential for cognitive function. Studies show that just 3 sessions a week can improve both short-term recall and long-term memory. Physical movement triggers the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, a key protein that promotes the survival of memory-related neurons. When BDNF rises, so does your mental clarity. 4. Better focus and attention. Struggling with distraction or brain fog. Regular exercise helps sharpen your focus and sustain attention span by regulating dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, neurotransmitters that control concentration and alertness. Physical activity activates the prefrontal cortex, your brain's executive control center, enhancing your ability to plan, prioritize, and filter distractions. In fact, even a single workout can improve attention for up to 2 hours. Over time, this consistency leads to improved task performance, especially in people with ADHD or high-stress lifestyles. Think of movement as a mental filter. It clears the noise and helps you tune into what matters most. 5. Less stress and anxiety. Chronic stress can shrink your brain, damage neurons, and lead to anxiety, burnout, and even memory loss. Exercise, however, is your brain's built-in stress relief valve. When you move your body, your brain lowers cortisol levels and increases the production of GABA, a calming neurotransmitter that reduces nervous system overactivity. This neurochemical shift leads to a deep sense of calm, even hours after a workout. Cardio exercises like running, dancing, or cycling are particularly powerful because they release endorphins, which not only elevate your mood, but also buffer stress responses. Your brain becomes more resilient to everyday triggers, whether it's a deadline, a difficult conversation, or unexpected changes. On a structural level, exercise promotes growth in the hippocampus and strengthens connections in the prefrontal cortex, which regulate your emotional responses. Over time, your baseline anxiety drops, and your brain becomes less reactive. Even mindful movements like yoga or qigong lower heart rate variability, a key indicator of how well your body handles stress. Movement becomes a physical meditation, washing away tension. So instead of carrying stress in your shoulders, chest, or jaw, let it move through you and out of you. 6. Protection against cognitive decline. As we age, the risk of cognitive decline increases. Memory fades, decision-making slows, and processing speed drops. But exercise can protect your brain against these changes, and even reverse some of them. Regular movement increases blood flow to the cerebral cortex and white matter, keeping neurons oxygenated and active. It also reduces inflammation and oxidative stress, two major culprits in neurodegeneration. More importantly, physical activity slows the accumulation of amyloid plaques, the sticky proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. Exercise also boosts BDNF, helping to preserve brain structure and function over time. In people at risk of dementia, even moderate activity like walking 3 times a week significantly slows memory decline. One long-term study found that active older adults had 40% lower risk of developing Alzheimer's compared to sedentary individuals. The bottom line, your brain doesn't have to shrink or weaken with age. Movement literally preserves mental clarity, sharpens your wit, and keeps you independent longer. The earlier you start, the stronger your brain's defense system becomes. But it's never too late to benefit. Every step, every rep, every breath counts. 7. Improved thinking and learning. Want to learn faster and think clearer? Exercise increases synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections between neurons, critical for learning, problem solving, and critical thinking. It enhances cerebral blood flow, delivering more oxygen to regions like the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logic and decision-making. After a workout, your brain enters a high-performance mode where it processes information more quickly and retains it longer. This effect is so strong that schools implementing movement breaks report improved academic performance. So whether you're a student or lifelong learner, movement is your secret weapon. 8. Increased neurogenesis. You're not stuck with the brain you were born with. Through a process called neurogenesis, your brain can grow new neurons, even in adulthood. And one of the most powerful triggers of this process is exercise. Physical activity stimulates neural stem cells in the hippocampus, encouraging the formation of new brain cells. This leads to improved memory, emotional regulation, and cognitive flexibility. The more you move, the more your brain regenerates. Cardio-based exercise, especially at moderate to high intensity, produces a surge in BDNF, which acts like fertilizer for your neurons. It also boosts levels of IGF-1, another molecule that supports brain cell survival and growth. Even just 20 minutes of daily movement significantly increases neurogenesis. Over time, this translates to better mood stability, sharper thinking, and a more adaptable brain, capable of learning, recovering, and thriving even under stress. So, when you're lacing up your shoes or stepping onto the mat, you're not just training your muscles. You're literally growing your brain, cell by cell, stride by stride. 9. Reduced risk of mental health problems. Consistent exercise significantly lowers the risk of mental health disorders, including depression, anxiety, and bipolar disorder. It balances neurotransmitters, reduces inflammation, and supports better gut-brain health, all crucial factors in mood regulation. Studies show that active individuals are up to 30% less likely to develop major depressive episodes. And for those already facing mental health challenges, movement often enhances the effectiveness of therapy and medication. Exercise also builds self-efficacy, the belief that you can handle life's challenges, protecting against feelings of helplessness. It becomes a daily ritual of empowerment, not just for your body, but your mind. 10. Improved brain plasticity. Neuroplasticity is your brain's superpower, the ability to adapt, rewire, and heal. And exercise is one of the most powerful tools to enhance this flexibility. Physical movement stimulates growth in the prefrontal cortex, improves white matter integrity, and strengthens neural pathways. It's how your brain upgrades itself. Faster connections, better reactions, and improved emotional control. Whether you're learning a new skill, recovering from trauma, Or aging gracefully, brain plasticity is your foundation, and exercise is its fuel. Every rep, every sprint, every stretch sends a signal. Adapt, grow, thrive. And your brain listens, transforming with every movement you make. In conclusion, exercise is your brain's secret weapon. It boosts mood, sharpens focus, deepens sleep, enhances memory, reduces stress, and ignites neuroplasticity. It fuels neurogenesis, protects against cognitive decline, and lowers mental health risks. Every movement rewires your brain, strengthens your mind, and upgrades your entire mental performance naturally. Thank you for tuning in to Levitas. Please share today's video with friends and family, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for future videos. Your support is appreciated. It helps us grow and create more content to empower your health. Remain tuned to Levitas for more expert advice on your health and fitness journey. So stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.